This episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Peter is coming to us live from on location. Where? I'm going to wait. Let him tell you. But trust me, it's worth it. We're going to get a little geeky. We're going to talk Magic the Gathering because I got some updates on the news that I gave like 2 episodes ago. And it might involve things that are coming out, some controversy, and of course, possibly AI art and Magic. We'll talk about it, along with some other geeky things. I kind of dominate the show with some kind of hobby talk, but that's okay. And we'll still have a good time. We're going to have laughs. Really, when you're here, we want you to pull up a seat, grab a cold beverage, and just relax. Let the stress of the week flow off you, because we're going to have a good time. Why wouldn't we? Because when you're here, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V-Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that fears commitment and is full of background noise for some reason. You'll find out here shortly. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing this evening?
Oh, she getting along there. Not too bad. We're about 3/4 on the way to a buzz. Pre-gaming the big show tonight. Then I'd be home earlier than having to do this thing live. But we're coming to you live from Oscars in downtown Bismarck. That is the place to be. Wish you guys were here. We're having ourselves a good old time and the good old hockey game happening right now. The Fighting Sioux currently up 4-2 over the Minnesota Trash. Keep themselves the Golden Chokers. So here we go. By the way, got myself a barefaced old fashioned. So cheers to you, Howie.
Nice. I mean, I would love to be there too, but I also didn't get an invite. So,
Yeah, mine must got lost in the mail too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in Mandan, so who knows what's up with your mail?
Yeah. Boat probably sank or something.
Yeah, but Kidder,
you see this? Pippin's live.
yeah.
Live in living color. Pippin, everybody.
All right. Well, Kidder's already drinking, so we should get to everybody's favorite segment on this show, and that is What's on Tap. And he's already interrupted and made his presence known, so I'm just going to throw to him first. But it is the Triple B Brewmaster, the local geek. Geek, how you doing this evening?
Oh, good. Glad the week's over, but it hasn't been too bad a one. I am finally going to get into the old celebration beer here. So, the Whitman's S'mores Barrel-Aged Stout at 8.2% alcohol. So we'll start off nice and strong tonight. Ooh, that one is really good. Definitely something you drink around a campfire too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a... let's go 4.2 on that guy.
Nice.
That's really good.
A very, very nice rating. Let's head out east to, of course, Iowa. And if I said Iowa, then you probably already know that I mean that joining us is the return of Rudeboy Kyle. Kyle, how's it going this evening? What you having?
I'm doing all right. It's looking forward to a good weekend. And what I wanted to start with, since I'm personally affected by the shutdown, is my shutdown series of beers. So between all of yous, I need you to choose 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that'll determine which can I dig out of the fridge. 3.
Three sounds good.
I was going to say, in the words of JS, 3!
3. All right. I will be right back. So, my shutdown series of beers cost no more than, we'll say, $3 or $4 a piece. They may or may not be situated right next to the 40s in the store. But if we're saving money and working on IOUs, that's what I got to do. So what I've got here is the Cerveza Pacifico. So
Nice.
Yeah.
When you
think
said they
this
were your
one was
shutdown
good.
series of beer, I figured it could go one of two ways: either cheap beers or really high alcohol.
Well, what I told Mark earlier is that it's trying to be cheap and economically wise during the shutdown, or it might shut me down for the evening. So
There you go.
It could work one of two ways or both ways. So it's an imported beer brewed in Mexico, 24 fluid ounces. So there's usually no story to this, but it's 4.4% alcohol by volume. But and I brought a special koozie along, keep it the tall can cool as long as possible. KJ 1 week koozie. So
Valley's Rock Legend.
that's right. Yeah, that's I'd say worthy of its price point. On the light side for a cerveza, but it goes down nice, and probably the last celebration of summer taste before we get into the real fall weather we got here. So I will give that a 3.4.
Nice. Yeah. And
Gets the job done.
yeah. And kicking down the door and, sporting colors, because he's clearly pledging his loyalty, and I'm sure one of my other co-hosts would be upset that it's the wrong colors. But from the West Coast, none other than Doc. Doc, how you doing this evening? What you drinking?
I'm doing well, and the orange iguanas are never wrong. So I don't know what that's about. But you can shake your head all you want. Yeah, so I have a number of things in the fridge, so I just grabbed something at random, and I maybe shouldn't have grabbed at random. Now that I see what it is, I have the Alaskan Juno juice. It is
Came out of nowhere right there.
What's that?
The drink came out of nowhere.
Appeared, I know. Yeah.
It appeared.
Just like it appeared in my fridge out of nowhere. It is a Hazy IPA, 6.8 alcohol by volume, so I already know it's not going to be great. Brewed in Juneau, Alaska, hence the name.
Be the second time an Alaskan beer has been featured on the show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the worst IPA I've had. It's probably about the best thing I can say for it. Probably about a 1.5, and we'll leave it at that.
All right. Kidder, we already know that you're drinking a barefaced old-fashioned sans cherries. Anything more you want to say about your drink? Giving you a chance.
5 out of 5. Would recommend.
All right. Gentlemen, for my drink this evening, I'm going to the Blake's Hard Cider Co. And I really wish Kidder was actually in his home studio because he can do the high-pitched voice better than I can. But I'm having the El Chavo. It is a mango and habanero cider, 6.5% alcohol by volume. It is gluten-free, and yes, it contains alcohol. So make sure to put that in the can. Sweet mango meets homegrown habanero. They have one of these great little meter graphs on it, with nothing to really tell you anything except it's more on the sweet side than the dry side. Bold and sweet with a little heat. Cider with a story. Blake's Hard Cider Co. Independently owned. So, gonna crack into this. And gents, before I drink this one, I get to bring this up. We haven't done this in a long time, but somebody bought this particular round of beers on the show. That's right. Somebody actually bought us beer. And so we get to say thanks for the round to my good friend Pat. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Pat.
Cheers.
That is, that is surprisingly good. It's got a nice sweet mango, is the predominant flavor. And just the slightest bit of heat. You always worry when they put habanero on the can that it's going to be burn your mouth. No, this is just a little after note of heat. It is really pretty good.
Nice.
I'm going to enjoy this. And I think I'm going to rate this a 4. This is excellent. So,
Howard, I have some breaking news as you're thinking of a good rating for that.
Like the one I've already given.
The final score
Is the
alert.
shutdown over?
It's over. Yeah, everything's over. We're over it. 5-2, baby.
All right. Nice. Not the news Kyle was looking for, but, he just started a whole new series here on the show. So, you'd hate for it to end after one. Although.
No, I've still got 3 more to go.
So,
With plenty more at the store.
They're short-lived anyway. They're only about 6 to 8 episodes. So, we're practically at the season finale. So, just hold on for another episode, okay? Then it's going to be 3 years before you get the second season.
yeah.
You'll be fine.
So, anyway, really good. Thanks, Pat, for the drink. And hey, Pat, if you watch this, you should come on the show. I sent you an email thanking you for the beer, and I invited you. Now I'm calling you out on the show. So come join us. I've talked about him on the show. Pat is the nicest guy in the world. I've known the kid since elementary school. Great to have him join us. So, Pat, if you're watching or listening,
I didn't even know
You're
him.
invited.
Too. It's like he should be on the show.
he should. He would be an excellent addition. He is also a beer aficionado. So, I don't know that he brews his own beer like the local geek, but he does know his beer, and he has always pointed me towards good stuff. So, need to get him on the show. So, gents, how's it going? It's been a
I
couple of
had
weeks.
anti-vodka tonight on my third drink. It was bizarre because it tasted like vodka, but no alcohol. It was weird.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, Kidder. You cut out just a little bit, so I didn't hear NA. I heard ND vodka, like North Dakota vodka, and then
No, you're just drunk already.
I'm just starting. I'm not like 3 into the wind like you.
Did they pour it through a Brita pitcher
But
and filter it for you?
It is what it is. Yeah. NA vodka. Not the North Dakota vodka. The non-alcoholic stuff. It's kind of weird.
North American vodka?
Yeah. You guys need the captions too. They don't actually go into the show, so it's really ridiculous why you can't toggle that on and off during the recording. Like, kind of pointless.
Person like I've added.
Pippin is not typically a gin person, but he's enjoying.
This is Irish.
I don't know what he's got, but
I don't know either. This is Irish too. These are both really different.
got this one, got this one, got this one.
Like, let's get like minty or like a typical.
This is turning into a segment of what's on the top shelf, and that belongs to a totally different show.
I just sent you and Howard a couple of pictures from the other night. we were over at Thomas Moriarty's to try out the Halloween bar they have going on. So I had the Ancestral Fire, I think was what the one was called. They actually light the drink on fire, and it was really good. And then I had the Pumpkin King, which was also very good. That one's like a cold brew coffee mixed beer or mixed drink.
I'm going to add, just as I've had a few more swigs of this, the heat builds on this.
Ooh.
Like, the further I get into it, it's getting hotter, and it's sticking around. So,
Does that change your rating at all?
no,
For better, for worse?
but it might affect other things later in the evening. So, we'll see how that goes. Gentlemen, I want to do an update to a topic that we talked about 2 episodes ago, involving a little card game called Magic the Gathering and all of their crazy sets that they're releasing. And in that episode, we made jokes about them doing SpongeBob magic cards. What I didn't know, and I found as I was editing that particular episode, is...
Don't tell me they already did it.
Doc, you're 100% correct. They already did it. That's right. Secret Lair SpongeBob SquarePants magic cards. It was the thing. It's now out of print. You can't get it unless you find a vendor or such who has some. But the other thing...
And who's willing to admit they have them?
Yes. I also have to now correct the title of that episode and some of the jokes, because we, made the joke of, Tap 2 plays SpongeBob. That's not correct, as I have now seen the actual cards. SpongeBob requires you to tap 5, one of each color, for a legendary creature, human wizard. I think that's a bit of a misprint, but yeah. So that exists.
I am so glad I stopped playing years ago, because I don't think I would be able to go on with that.
Yeah. So also, since our time with that, there has been some clarification on what that Nickelodeon set is going to be. It is going to actually be one single IP. It's an IP that exists in the city of New York. It involves 4 heroes in a half shell. That's right. They are doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, get ready for that.
Teenagers for a long time.
They have almost, they're almost as old as we are. So, one of these days they will.
There, Howard.
Yeah. And with that, there's been some controversy about it, because they've been spoiling some of the cards and such. And the biggest thing that people are upset about is no, it's the design of the lands.
No way. Were they houses? Are they clams? Are they seaweed?
No. For this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set, it could be nothing else but pizza.
You make land out of pizza?
And that reaction is what most of the internet and Magic fans have been saying. It's kind of a, what the hell? These aren't lands.
Glad that I line up with most of the rest of the internet with that, even though I don't care about that and I would never buy it, but yet I still have the same reaction. Why would you do that?
Yeah. The set has also gotten a little bit of criticism. There's a lot of people looking at it and kind of accusing Wizards of the Coast of using AI to generate some of their card art. And I want to point out one of them that's being used as an example. It is the Swamp Pizza here that's being picked up by Master Splinter, because as some of the internet put out, with his hand in that position, how is he lifting the pizza? His thumb is away from the slice. Is he like somehow managing to grip it with just his fingers like that, but they look kind of loose. So there's some accusations of Wizards using some AI art in this set. So these are kind of the interesting news with it. The other one that I saw that kind of goes with this is that, Wizards just put out their Spider-Man set, and it's not quite living up to what everybody thought it would be price-wise. In fact, the price of it is very quickly dropping. And there's some wondering why Wizards of the Coast put out a survey like they do after all their major sets, asking some questions about this. Some people are speculating that there's a lot of pushback because this is the first Universes Beyond set that will be standard legal, which means it can be legal in the standard format, tournament play, and all of that. Some people think it's just a pushback against all of these Universes Beyond sets that are coming out. And some people also are saying that the Spider-Man set, it was designed as a 50-card set, and then they quickly boosted the number of cards to it, and that's why there's some really kind of like half-developed cards. But one of the interesting things that we're learning that Wizards of the Coast thinks it might be from this survey is the negative take of content creators and how that is influencing people. So the fact that several Magic the Gathering content creators have come out kind of with negative takes on the set, and that's maybe bringing down the excitement, and Wizards is kind of looking to blame them. And that is one of these surveying questions on there. So it looks like they're trying to find their scapegoat as they proceed forward. Truthfully, I think part of it is they're putting out so many sets. Next year, we will see 7 full sets of cards. And that's a lot. And if you're trying to keep up with anything in Magic, that's a lot of money that you got to put down. I mean, we went from, kind of like 2 major sets and a minor set a year to 7 major sets. So that's all the Magic news. I wanted to get that in there because we talked about it and I thought it was crazy, everything that's kind of gone on since that episode was recorded. So there's your update. Enjoy.
I gotta say, for an 8+%, this thing's going down real easy.
And that's why it's dangerous.
It's delicious, though.
Exactly. I wish this was going down faster, but I just can't. Even if I'm like, oh, just put me out of my misery. I'm like, no, I can't. Ugh.
You gotta come visit. You could have some of the new homebrew.
I'm gonna say if you drink it faster, then you can get rid of it. You play a game called Drinky.
No, but like like I can't. Like I tried to drink it faster, and I started feeling ugh. So no.
You get to round 2 that much faster.
I know. I have round 2 here. I'm excited for it, but I have to get there.
Yeah, well, just let me know when you're ready for round 2. This is going to be my one for the episode.
Pour it into the toilet and scrub, and
That was my intent with having a 16-ouncer, was it'd be one for the episode, but it's just damn near gone already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it's so good, it just,
Right? It's a good thing I got the new fridge right up there.
Yeah. Local Geek is upping his setup. He's now got a mini beer fridge for podcasting.
Yeah, it only holds 6 12-ounces. It has a removable shelf. I could put 4 16-ounces in there, but it's enough for a show.
Now you got to get yourself a Beer Blues and BS sticker and just that right on it. Yeah.
That's a good thought. It has the Nuketown from Call of Duty on it. It's like a hologram, so different angles you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on there from this angle. Yeah. I don't think I can make the camera change the angle to see that. But I could put the Beer Blues and BS sticker on the side of it. Or the Howard's Cave of Wonder.
Yeah, I mean, whichever.
I have both.
I mean, Nuketown
how many gigabytes does a sticker take to update?
Got the Mark Kidder.
And it's a great sticker. That's also a great sticker.
And I got
There's
the
lots
Howard's
of
Cave of Wonder
stickers.
somewhere here. Here it is.
Yeah.
Apparently I have two of the Beer Blues and BS stickers. I didn't realize I had two of those.
See, one for the fridge.
And Oscars or Thompson Moriarty's. Just leave it somewhere.
We kind of like to stay in their good graces.
Could leave it a dialectic. They've got their Square POS system covered with stickers from different things. Most of them are beer related, but Beer Blues and BS is too.
I mean, yeah, we're beer related.
Most of theirs are like breweries and then 2-track malting, but they would probably stick it on there.
Yeah, we'll have to get them a sticker. You know, make that a goal. Ooh. That is I'm getting through it, but woo. It's getting hotter and hotter and less mango. I almost need a palate cleanser.
I don't think I got that one in my stash of the Blake's hard ciders.
Kidder's
sort of
wanting me to play
afraid
If You Know, You
For
Know.
what round 2 is going to be.
Maybe for round 2, Kidder.
Yeah.
And maybe while we give Doc a little bit more time to choke down that IPA so we can get to round 2, allow me to help you pass the time with some dad jokes. Of the week. Yeah, gotta get through this book. So, for those who are new to the show, welcome. You're in a good place. I have this book of dad jokes that I've been working my way through and sharing with all of you. Some of them are good. Most of them are terrible. And that's how it goes. But here are 4 dad jokes for you for this week. Anybody can get buried when they die. If you want to be cremated, you have to earn it. People say they're worried that my magician friend is doing his disappearing act too often. But I know it's just a stage he's going through. What happens if you throw a green rock into the Red Sea? It gets wet. And our last joke of the week.
That's part about it is I can naturally tune out by all the audio around me, so I don't have to listen to the segment. Plus somebody tried straight gin for the first time. That's what that reaction was in the background. So it was a sample, not a shot, but you know, 147-year-old gin. I don't know how we can afford that. We don't have a budget for that at this show. Good thing I didn't pay.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't hear. People probably just thought it was a reaction to these jokes. All right, last one. What would the Terminator be called in his retirement? The Exterminator. There you go.
I paid $500 to rent a limo for this weekend, but then I found out it didn't come with a driver, so I paid all that money and I have nothing to show for it.
There we go. Nice
For
one.
you, Peter. That's for you.
Well,
Yeah.
I had one for you guys. Somebody asked me the question, how does a Spanish guy cut their pizza? And I thought about it, and I said, Little Caesars.
That was a good one.
Mhm.
That was a good one. What my favorite thing, truthfully, is about this segment is I read 4 jokes out of a published book, and it gets nothing. And then the jokes that come either during it or after, like, are actually good.
I had a server at a restaurant telling me a spin-off of the pizza one of how do you cut a Caesar salad, the Little Caesars. And I'm like, why do you have the Caesar in the first part of the joke, it doesn't make it as funny as what it could be. I don't get it, but I get why. I feel like you're just taking a stab at a joke there, but anyway.
Yeah, they really should cut it out.
You gotta overlay that onto the bad joke heel theme.
It's a double-edged sword. Too close to humor, and it just cuts right back.
Yeah, that's right. One of these days, we're gonna have to, put these on some paper. That would really rock.
Well, are you still tracking?
He's waiting for Rudeboy to give the stalker or the showstopper to get over the rock in the paper.
The spotter.
I was gonna say, are you still keeping track of all of the final thoughts from JS for that book? Gathered enough to publish volume 1.
Probably not. It takes so long sometimes to jot those down. That with the last 2 episodes, as I've edited them, I was like, no, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it. I got to figure out a way to get AI to do that for me, because it's one of those things, like, it'd be really a cool thing to have. However, it adds to the editing time. So, like, I get to that point and I have to kind of stop and, listen to it and try and type it up word for word. And sometimes I have to go back. If somebody speaks really fast during it, then, I have to listen to it like 5 or 6 times to, it really slows down everything else I'm doing. So I got to figure out a way. I got to figure out a way to get AI to, like, listen to the show and then pull out all of the final thoughts. The thing that annoys me is that, like, as we're recording this, Gemini is taking notes about this meeting. And the thing is, when we do What's on Tap, it will record the beer that we had, the score that we had, our individual comments about the beer. When we get to final thoughts, all it does is everybody shared some final thoughts. Just like, that would be the useful part.
It didn't even cover Kitter's NA vodka section.
Yeah. And then sometimes, because I've been trying and I've been experimenting using the notes and feeding those into AI to have it write our YouTube video descriptions to help, again, save time, because Howard's busy and anything that kind of maybe helps save me some time with the editing and such. And sometimes, because it gives such a detailed What's on Tap, like, it'll give like a whole paragraph where it tells the whole What's on Tap segment, where it'll go, Kidder had an IPA. He rated it a -5. But it'll tell you, like, the brand and it I'm like, no, less
at
of
least
that.
But at least it captured that accurately, that he had an IPA and rated it -5.
Yeah. Yeah. Although it did have, I think, on the one where he did rate one a -5, like, it made that like the whole focus of the show. Like, we're in IPA appreciation month, and one of the hosts is giving a beer a -5. Which will it be? And then it, like, tells you in the next paragraph, who did it. And then it also will give me some suggestions for titles and things in case I'm struggling to come up with one. And, like, it had, like, one of these beers got a -5. I'm like, that was like, maybe 2 minutes of the show. That is not enough to hang a hat on. And if you've seen this show and you know how Kidder rates his IPAs, that's not even like he rates all IPAs like a -5. That's just standard practice. And with that, I'm getting the signal to say the thing, which is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's second favorite segment on the show, and that is What's on Tap, Round 2. Drink. And I saw Doc flash a can. So, Doc, what you having for round 2?
So I have the Bellingham Cider Company Raspberry Lemonade Hard Cider. So it's made in Bellingham, Washington, which is about 90 miles north of Seattle. I've never actually been there. You pass through it on your way to Vancouver, so I've passed through it several times, but never actually stopped. It is 6.7 alcohol by volume, locally owned, solar powered, no added sulfites, gluten free, and vegan. Ingredients are Washington apples, raspberries, lemon, and yeast.
I remember we did a whale watching tour based out there. And,
There are many. There are several, yes.
it's a
destination.
a cool little town.
It's not bad, but it tastes more like apple cider with like a hint of lemon. I don't really get any of the raspberry. I mean, it still tastes good. It's just one of those things where it's kind of a letdown when you expect raspberry lemonade. That it's.
It seems like three very strong flavors wanting to compete for your taste buds there.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with how to rate it because, like I said, it's not bad, but it doesn't really sort of live up to its name. I'd probably give it a 3. If it didn't have raspberry in the name, it would probably be like a 3.5. But I think because of the way they sold it versus how it tastes, it's going to sit at a 3 for me. But yeah.
Too much apple, not enough raspberry.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely get the strong apple. I get the lemon, but I don't really get the berry at all.
All right. I saw the local geek get up and raid his new beer fridge. Local geek, what'd you grab?
Not once, but twice. Because the first time I rated it, I was going to have a Blake's Hard Cider, and I looked at it and realized it was another 8%. I figured I should tone it down a little bit. So instead, I went back and I grabbed a berry lemon fruit punch, which I thought I was done with these from the Bismarck distillery, but apparently I had one left. So
Should hold on to that. It's an artifact.
there's actually another one still in the fridge there, so I'm not sure how I ended up with 2 of the same one, but. Ooh, that is really good. That's like almost like a Hawaiian punch in a can with 5% alcohol.
I do really like the huckleberry lemonade and the strawberry lemonade from Bismarck Distillery. They're very good.
The huckleberry lemonade from
strawberry,
Distillery is really good. I remember that one. That's really good.
But yeah, this one I'm going to give like a 4.5. This is super good.
Nice. Yeah. Rudeboy Kyle, are you having a round 2?
I do, and this one caught my eye. And, it brought back memories of when we did the wrestle recaps. Seagram's Escapes Spiked Rumble Punch, the 10%.
Dang.
Features natural lemon, strawberry, watermelon, guava flavors, artificial sweeteners. So, also keeping in with the shutdown theme, it was $3.50 for the big can. So,
Dang, $3.50 for a 10%.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't know
and
if I'm gonna regret this or not.
especially with the WWE IP tie-in, like you think they'd be
Yeah,
charging a
You gotta
premium.
be careful because you're gonna end up with a juice.
I will say
$1.50 per can.
Rude Boy, you are making Brother Smalls very happy right now because he many months ago he took a photo of those and actually sent it to Kidder and I. And was like, you need to have these on the show. So I hadn't seen them. So
Smalls.
you're doing it.
This one's for you, bud.
They're asking for dance music, so this is only going to get worse.
We can go back to the dad jokes. How does that sound?
I could make it worse, Kidder, if you want.
Wow.
You just say the word and I'll make it worse.
But I think it got worse for Rude Boy, judging by the look on his face.
Well,
No.
it'll just be worse for you.
I would I'll say it hits you with the Rumble Punch hits you with a strong malt beverage kick in the beginning. Because I think that's probably how they kick up the octane on all the way up to 10%. And then comes the flavor. I'd say strawberry and watermelon is the main feature. But it's when it first hits your taste buds, I think if they made this normal strength, then I think it'd taste a lot better. But just because they need if it was in the 5 to 7% range, maybe it'd be a little more palatable. But the first taste of it is not as pleasant as it should be. So I'm gonna give this.
Howard's got a dance party.
2.6. It'll probably help me shut down the episode. So
I'm not surprised because I was like, Rumble is not a flavor, and if it was, it doesn't sound like a flavor I would want to try.
Yeah, well, at first I glanced at it, I thought it said double punch, and I was like, okay, it said Rumble Punch because I saw the WWE. But as you let it sit, the flavors definitely feature a little more versus the malt. I'd say the lemon and the guava a little less so than strawberry and watermelon, but yeah. Yeah, I'd say about 2.6 or so.
Nice. And as part of this round two, I said I would take a drink of number 2 of a little game we play around here called If You Know, You Know. So cheers, gents.
Two.
So, Kidder, earlier you mentioned that Pip was having gin and he's not normally a gin fan. Are you helping him have a shot of Malort as well while you're there?
No, I'm not going to do that to anybody. No. You can get the hell out of here. That's what that can happen. Cut that crap out. Shove that Malort straight up Chicago's ass.
No. I feel for him though, because I believe I've shared my gin story before. So,
I mean, he was just sampling gin.
Yeah, that was actually better because I actually got a whole glass of it, and
it's like that. That's just terrible. I mean, it's a whole shot of floral up in your face.
Oh no, this was not a shot. This was a glass, like a glass.
Ranger over here, he basically took most of that, and he was not ready for what gin had to have for him, and he got the full floral frontal. Yeah.
Yeah. I had in the first, I think it was in the first round of If You Know, You Know. Maybe it was the second. Gin was one of the options. I was very glad you guys didn't call on that. I also had straight tequila as part of that.
I mean, if it's the right tequila, like
no, this was
there is tequila that is good for shooting, but most tequila is not. It has to be the right tequila.
Yeah, no. This was, I think, just your basic kind of cheap Jose Cuervo.
I remember years ago. There's a little like consortium of like 4 German bars throughout Seattle. They're all kind of owned by the same owner, and they all have German names and everything. And for a while, we were going to a group of us every Monday night because they had like half off like liter draft pours, which was great and also dangerous at the same time, especially on a Monday night. But every year during like Seattle Beer Week, they do this bus tour where you get on the bus at one of their bars and they go to another one and you try some beers there. You go to the second one and you have like a light dinner and try some beers, and you go to the fourth. Like it basically takes you to all their bars, and they're also like handing out beers on the bus. It was a lot of alcohol. But we were at the first bar, we were waiting to get picked up. And this random person came up to me and a couple of my friends, and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to do tequila shots. Like, we should all like do tequila shots before we go." But my friend was like, "What kind though? Like, it has to be the right kind." And so she like literally went with her to the bar, and she was like, "We will do it with you if you get this particular one." And I don't remember what it was, but it actually was really good. It was like one of the only tequilas I've ever had that I could actually like shoot particularly without having a lot to drink beforehand. But yeah, she was like, "It has to be the right one. We're not shooting if it's not the right one." So,
conversely to that
I think,
story, we were at the stadium or the lodge several years ago now. One of my boss's parties after he was leaving and going to a new job, and somebody suggested we do tequila shots. So one of our managers goes up and he orders whatever Jose Cuervo's redheaded step cousin tequila is. Like a dime per shot or something like that. And he gets a dozen of them and just puts the tray on the table, and anybody who wanted one could have one. And there were still like 5 left when he was done, and they had to be done away with. So it was terrible tequila to shoot.
Yeah, I think sometimes finding the right kind of gin also requires you to have the right kind of tonic water to go with it, because a really good gin and tonic is, in my opinion, very hard to beat. But doing cheaper stuff, I mean, something that doesn't have citrus or is too bitter, a very good gin and tonic is one of my favorites. No,
well, so that was my gin story. I had never been to a bar before. We had gone to Canada, and so I didn't know what to order. And somebody who I was with was like, "Oh, just get him a gin and tonic." And she was like, "Oh, I'm out of tonic." He's like, "Oh, gin and vermouth." "I'm out of vermouth." She's like, "Okay, just pour him straight gin." That was
yeah, that's. I mean, like especially like the Fever Tree tonic waters. They come in smaller glass bottles.
Yeah. It wasn't even that. It was literally just a glass of gin. And that's where the drinky thing comes from, because I couldn't drink it and we had to move on. We needed to go on to dinner. And so then it was like, we're going to play a game. And every time someone says drinky, you have to drink. And that was a really bad night.
Drinky.
Yeah.
Really bad night.
You know, I had to look at what again number 2 was and kind of the strength, because did anybody else notice that we had 2 Mark Kidders in the call? And I'm not just talking about
I noticed that too. I was going to comment on it, but then the one went away before we got there.
Yeah.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
All right then. I am getting tired though of the disco constantly going on behind me. So let's stop that.
Yeah, I was gonna say your lights started going a little nuts there for a few minutes.
Well, you know, truthfully, like with this light, I have to laugh because that's Flash. Like you'd expect like Flash to be like a little bit more energetic, but no, that's Flash. Or I can go to slow, smooth, and have it change. But
see, even that's still too fast for my taste. Like you think it'd fade a little slower between colors. So.
Yeah, and it only goes between the red, green, and blue. Like it like the remote does more colors, but it like only will go across those 3. If you notice, the green just looks very washed out, though. That's why you never see me just kind of have solid green like that. I kind of like the blue. It works.
Yeah, or you can get the we bought for our son the Northern Lights machine that kind of has the slow meandering thing.
My son's got one of those too.
The little green stars that go up, and he's being called.
Runs for about 20 minutes.
Well,
I'm sorry to
interrupt
this conversation, but Ranger decided that he needed to make a hair tie with one latex glove, and he's at Oscars, and he goes, "You have latex gloves," and I was like, "What?" He's like, I only need one. It's an old prison trick." Like, what? Okay.
Oh my!
Kidder, this story's not getting any better. He doesn't have hair on his head. What he need a hair tie?
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're still not
over his head and kind of
something good going to happen. Like,
oh boy.
Jonas? Howard does not know what he just walked into. He shouldn't have left.
All he heard was latex glove and prison trick.
I didn't even hear that.
Okay, there.
I went to turn on my Northern Lights light, and then I came back to Kidder like, oh, Howard doesn't know what he walked in. She was like, what?
Dad jokes and prison tricks.
Could be what we end up labeling this show. Well, I know this episode comes out probably, I think, pretty close to Halloween. Maybe, possibly. I'm not doing the math right now. And so I thought I would share because I just got this in the mail, and I didn't know anything about it originally. Those who have followed the channel, I there's a miniature company I tend to support a lot of, and it is called Reaper Miniatures. I had gotten their Halloween ghoulie bag and gotten a bunch of kind of cool stuff that came with that, including a let's see, where is it? A special edition, like just kind of Halloween figure that's kind of cool. What I didn't know is that one of my favorite sculptors that they have, his name is Jason Wiebe. He does a lot of the charity miniatures, like the Turtle Druid I've been painting on the show, which I will come back to. I will. But I was really confused because I got my order and there's this thing in here. And what it is, it's a little mushroom shroomy guy, but he's dressed like a mummy and he's orange. And it says up here, super mythic epic shroomy. I'm like, I don't know what anything is about this. I caught Reaper. They do a live stream every other week, and they're talking about stuff. And apparently, Jason Wiebe just made a bunch of these shroomies, these little mushroom guys, for each of the classic Universal movie monsters. And the company printed a bunch out with some specials in kind of this orange color and translucent, and they've just been randomly putting them in boxes for people who ordered. And so,
nice surprise.
I got an epic Shermie, which is great because besides this, Reaper also, in a tribute to the classic Charlie Brown Halloween cartoon, they will also take and put a rock in a blister pack, and you'll get just a rock. And they will say that I got a rock, which is again a reference. And one October, I made like 3 orders from Reaper. I got 3 rocks. So I have in the on the pegboard in the cave proper a bunch of rocks. But I decided to share that. But yeah, they're really kind of cool. Eventually, they said that they would maybe sell those, or you could order all of them. But yeah, just kind of a fun thing. So yeah, little early Halloween treat for Howard.
Very nice.
Yeah. The weirdest thing that was in the ghoulie bag was this. Which was it's a mushroom, and I was like, what? But why did they give us a mushroom? You can actually pull it apart, and it is a pen. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. So I now have a shroom pen.
Howard, you've been kind of on a mushroom kick lately.
And it's funny you say that, Local Geek, because next week
you got some more jerky?
Maybe some of this. Some of this. Next week. Tune in. We'll see if it's any good. I'm not drinking IPAs, so
great. More jerky.
Hey. I'm all
Are you afraid my beer is going to spill all over you and you need some jerky to make it feel better?
You know what, Local Geek? I was going to share this next week when we drink your beer. I may have dropped it in the garage when I was carrying it in.
Oh no!
The bottle survived. I'm a little scared now. So
it could be a fun one, you're saying?
I mean, fun for some of us. Maybe not for Howard. I did bring a Cave of Wonder glass just in case. So
It may be slightly overcarbonated in the keg at least too. So hopefully that carbonation kind of settled out of it. But
Yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as angry as it did. I did take a photo of it when I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, good, it's not leaking or broken. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of bubbles. That's an angry beer if I ever seen one. So, yeah, next week's going to be a good episode. Come back, tune in. Hopefully you made it this far to hear about all these great teasers we're throwing at you. Getter's having problems controlling his... What was that?
My phone says it's going to rain at 10 p.m.
My phone says it's 10:17, so...
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It don't rain.
I mean, it did say there's a 100% chance that it's going to happen at 10 p.m., so I don't know if it's raining out there or not, but...
Well, I mean, you should go find out. You know?
That's a lot of work.
You just never know.
Let's open the window, stick your hand out.
Until you know. Is it that time, Howard?
I mean, close. I didn't really start the timer right on time, so my timer says about 4 minutes, but yeah, you know, we're probably safe to wrap this up with some cheap plugs. And I was going to say, Kidder, do you want to do the cheap plugs? Or, you know, do you want me to take it?
Well, I don't know where you're going to take it because you're already at home. So,
Step down here.
anyway, beerbluesbs.com is the place that you want to go. Beerbluesbs.com. That's our website, and that is the home place, the home page for the Triple B. Aside from that, you can donate, help us get money, so then we can have an actual studio, maybe do things together. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. That is the place. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Please, as little as $1 a month can help a thirsty podcast host and pay the bills, because the bills, they keep coming. Aside from that, we're on Facebook at facebook.com/beerbluesbs, or just search for Beer Blues and BS. Also on Instagram. Hashtag Insta at BeerBluesBS. Show me your @ and then you can find it right there. Wait a minute. Aside from that, we also have many great things happening on the Triple B. Every episode, everywhere. YouTube. That's where the video versions are. Plus, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, TuneIn, Stitcher, IMDb, Player FM, and Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, pretty much any of the podcast places. Just search for Beer Blues and BS, and then subscribe for free. That would be great. Thank you. Yay. Help us help you, okay? Click the thumbs up and click the share button. That'd be great. Awesome. Okay. We made it through the plugs. Buy our stuff too, like the stickers that Local Geek was showing, because you can do that. And the pint glasses that Howard has. Many stickers, many great things happening. Okay, cheap plugs. Cheap enough. Buy the stuff, help us. Like us. That's a good pint glass too. Local Geek, looks good. Final thoughts. Let's do the thing. Normally we start with somebody else, but Howard needs to go first tonight.
Wow. Okay. First, I mean, all I'm really going to say, because I think this is a good final thought, is, hey, it was really great on this episode to once again do a cheers for the beer and get to use that graphic and all that. I'm going to have to remember like this music and such for that. It's been so long. So I just want to say thanks again to Pat for the brews in this round for this episode. And hey, if you want to buy us around, you sure can. There's links down in the show notes or off our website. And I know that's more of a cheap plug than a final thought, but it's a fun thing, and you can even leave a message and we will read it. So yeah, there you go.
You don't get many of them, so it's not like we're fighting through the spam to get to a real message. So we appreciate that. All right, I dust off the graphic, and let's go to the right on my screen with Boy, what do you got for the final thoughts there tonight?
Don't buy this.
Don't do this.
It's not worth it. Yeah,
you got the don't do this graphic, all right, Howard?
Don't drink this.
Don't drink this. Yeah, but I had to take the chance. I saw the belt, wanted to feel like a champ, and I'll I guess maybe an episode or two from now I'll be able to give you how I feel.
Ended up getting a drink of a chump.
But yeah, Rumble Punch. I'll say that it doesn't have a scripted ending, but unless you have an iron stomach, then it might be pre-written. If you drink one of those, you might not enjoy it.
Okay. The thoughts have been thought. Let's get over to the dungeon of Mandanistan. Local Geek, what do you got?
I feel like I have to let Doc go first because AI gave me a doozy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
All right. Doc, spin some knowledge for us.
You know, as we go through life, we'll be exposed to all kinds of history, stories, legends that we might be told. And many versions of these legends exist, but there is only one Legends of the Hidden Temple. Beware of Turk Fog. Anyway.
Okay. Local Geek, you have to go now because you're next.
And on that note, as we wrap up another dive into the world of hops and barley, remember, next time you're sipping on a bright citrusy IPA, take a moment to appreciate the flavor journey. Just like the beautifully complex gin, a great beer relies on the subtle dance of botanicals, or in this case, hops, to achieve its perfect balance. It's all about the artistry of the ingredients. Cheers to the brewers and distillers.
And
Thanks for that, Local Geek.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, Howard, do you have the message I sent you with the line that we needed
like the shop
verbatim
when they play shop
for this show? I think Local Geek might also have. I'm just going to ask you that for a second. Also, when asked about our show tonight, I mentioned that Beer Blues NBS, and later again being asked what the title was again. It's the Drunkards Beer and BS, right? Like, well, almost. Almost.
I am trying to remember / figure out what line you're referencing, Kidder, but it's been a week and my mind is slightly scrambled.
Really,
the problem with the title
about,
is you don't bring enough of the blues in, Kidder. You need to bring in more of the blues. Done.
We do for blues, but usually the blues end up just being our lives because it's depressing.
Not necessarily. There's bright brassy blues.
Here's your blues.
Yeah.
Is it the blues or the booze? The blues or the booze?
Essentially, the line was that our show is used for a background noise, and but my voice, our voices are soothing and helps to go to bed. So Triple B put people to sleep since 2002. And with that, it's time to get on out of here. So thank you for joining us for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you've fallen asleep at this, wake up! You got to click on the next episode. And if not, we will see you again for the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Time to hit the road. Remember to keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow, and we will see you on down at On Location, Tuscon Highway. Have a good one. See you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
7 and 4.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
So for the record, the Blues in Beer, Blues, and BS is actually a reference to Kidder and I in high school. when
Oh, I
we
know.
portrayed-
I just feel like since it doesn't show up every episode, people are like, "Why is there blues?"
I mean, I would have thought some people might. Truthfully, my biggest fear is that some people think that it's like me naming it after myself, with the fact that I'm Howard Blues. Like, here.
Oh, I didn't think about
Blues.
that. Yeah, no, that makes
And yeah, and it's like that. No, this isn't an ego trip.
I'm the main character, damn it!
Yeah, no. But
Uh,
just for the record, for anybody, and I'm putting this behind the curtain, for anybody who sat through that and go, yeah, they never do talk about the Blues. No, it's a reference to Kidder and I. We portrayed the Blues Brothers. It's here.
It's also a front of mind for me because we're singing a song in choir that has like a blues motif to it. So like blues is on the mind, like that music. And we had a whole discussion this week about like that as a musical style and where it comes from, and because we're actually singing something that's like a bit more of like a sorrowful blues, but people were approaching it as like a bright blues, and she was like, no, this is like it's a blues song about like ignorance and oppression. Like this is not happy. Like stop smiling.
It's not a sweet home Chicago.
Exactly. Yeah. Although at the same time, Mark, I have to share with you our choir director bursted some bubbles this week and like totally shifted some people's worldview, because we've been invited to sing the local Seattle classical music station. Every Friday night they do a segment called Northwest Focus Live, and it's a live performance with a local musical group. And so we've been invited to do that in May. And when she was sharing that with us, she asked somebody who used to work for them, like, okay, I know it's called live, but is it really live? And it turns out it is. Like, we have to go there and we actually perform live while it's being broadcast. But somebody raised their hand and they're like, well, it's the radio. Of course it's live. And she was like, do you not know that the majority of radio is not actually live? And I saw some people like their faces dropped. Like they seriously thought like radio was all live 24/7, and have now had to learn the reality that most radio is not actually being broadcast live.
Don't tell them about the Easter Bunny.
Oh, I know. It was just so funny. She was just like, what do you mean? Like she was like, no, most radio is not live. And they were like, what? What do you mean it's not live? And she was like, oh no, I just ruined the illusion for you.